עירובים פרק ג' משנה ו'. כשם שאסור ללכת חוץ לתחום בשבת, just like you're not allowed to go outside of the city limit 2000 amma on Shabbat, כך אסור ללך גם ביום טוב. The same prohibition goes on Yom Tov. We're not talking about carrying here. We're talking about walking out of the city limit. Yeah. משנתנו דנה ביום טוב שחל להיות בערב שבת. Our Mishnah is going to deal with a Yom Tov that happens to be next to Shabbat. או לאחר שבת, or after Shabbat. So either before or after. כיצד נוהגים בעירובי תחומים? And the question is, how are you going to do this Eruv Tchumim? And we're going to see what's the problem. So what's the problem? So Rabbi Eliezer says, Yom Tov הסמוך לשבת. What happens if you've got Yom Tov that is next to Shabbat? Yom Tov שחל להיות סמוך לשבת, בין מלפניה, whether it is on a Friday, שחל יום טוב בערב שבת, ובין לאחריה, whether the Yom Tov is on a Sunday, שחל אחר שבת, that happens after Shabbat. מערב אדם שני עירובין. He's allowed to make two עירובs. No. Two directions. Two directions.
Okay.
Because he's planning to go on Friday to there and on Sunday to there.
He wants to go to his other.
That's right. Friday he has a wedding and Sunday he has a bris.
Interesting.
Yeah. אם הוא צריך ללכת חוץ לתחום ביום ראשון לצד מזרח, if he needs to go on the Sunday to the east, let's say on a Friday to the east, and the second day he wants to go לצד מערב, and the second day he wants to go to the west. So Shabbos and Yom Tov, yeah? Okay. So let's say Friday and Shabbos. On Friday he wants to go to the east, and on Shabbos he wants to go to the west. או להפך, or the opposite. רשאי הוא להניח שני עירובים בערב יום הראשון. He's allowed to put two עירובים in the night of the first day. היינו בערב יום טוב שחל יום טוב להיות בערב שבת. In other words, Thursday night. If it's Friday night, it's Friday and Shabbos, Thursday night he needs to put the עירוב one side. או בערב שבת כשחל להיות אחר השבת. Or if it's Saturday, Sunday, then he has to do it Friday night. אחד לצד מזרח של העיר ואחד לצד מערב. He's going to put one to the east and one to the west. ואומר, and he can say, what is he going to say? עירובי הראשון למזרח, it says, my Eruv, the one to the east, עירובי לצורך היום הראשון הוא לצד מזרח. In other words, the first day, I can go to the east. כלומר, שלצורך מחר יקנה לי היום בין השמשות העירוב שבמזרח. In other words, so Friday night comes in, from that point I'm allowed to go to the east. When Saturday night comes in, I want to go to the west. והשני למערב. ולצורך יום השני, יקנה לי מחר בין השמישות העירוב שבמערב. Okay. So it says when Friday night comes in, yeah, I don't know if he has to really say it. Good question. Good question, Arya. Yeah, I know, but I'm not sure what it means.
Oh.
You're right. It says it. It says it, and he should say. And he should say means he has to specify it. Yeah.
What if you want to switch? They'll tell you, oh, you can switch. You already designate Sunday here and Saturday there.
And the designation in your mind is not enough. You're saying you need to actually verbalize it.
Maybe.
Probably. Interesting explanation why it says "V'omer." I never thought about it. Okay. או שהוא אומר, or it says the opposite. הראשון למערב והשני למזרח. The first day is going to be to the west, and the second day to the east. עירובי לצורך יום הראשון לצורך מערב, ועירובי לצורך יום השני לצד המזרח, the opposite way. Oh, but it's going to see, what's the חידוש over here? So we're going to see there's a big חידוש over here. What? בגמרא מבואר, in the Gemara it explains, שמדובר כאן, we're talking about, כגון שניח את שני העירובים בסוף 1,000 אמה, בצד מזרח, ובסוף 1,000 אמה בצד מערב. Over here he didn't use 2,000 אמה. He used 1,000 אמה to the east and 1,000 אמה to the west. שאילו היה מניח אותם בסוף 2,000, because if he would put them 2,000 אמה out, אין עירובו השני עירוב. Because it needs to be able to get to it at the time that the Shabbos comes in. I'm saying, like this is the city, right?
Okay.
And I'm saying my dwelling place is 2,000 amma over here,
Okay.
right? As we said yesterday, you're allowed to go this direction, but you're not allowed to go out of the city limit on the other direction. Because you dwell over here, and then you have the city,
Yeah.
but no
So
more than the city.
you can't go
So you don't have access to that food.
to this food.
So, but if you have 1,000 amma,
So
you have 2,000 amma from here. The other one you can get to it. So we're only talking about such a combination. It's not 2,000 amma onwards and 2,000 amma onwards. It's 1,000 amma.
אבל אם he makes שני עירובים, one for the 2,000 amma, and he dwelled that, and he said, this day, Shabbos I'm dwelling here.
Oh.
Sunday I want to dwell in my other side.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't he also 2,000 amma, 2,000 amma?
Because
He can
when
go there.
Saturday came in,
Or he made this dwelling.
he lives here now.
So he can go only up to the city and that's it.
That's
his
right.
limits.
That's his limits.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. שאילו היה מניח אותם בסוף 2,000, if he would have put them in the end of 2,000 אמה, אין עירובו השני עירוב. The second עירוב is not considered to be עירוב. לפי שאינו יכול להגיע אליו ביום הראשון, because he cannot get there. שמאחר שקנה כבר שביתה בסוף 2,000 אמה לצד אחד, since he bought his dwelling place 2,000 אמה outside of the city on the east, הרי אסור לו לצאת מערב אף אמה אחת. Then once he gets to the city, he is allowed to walk the entire city, but he's not allowed to walk on the other side. Okay. ונמצא, and we find, שאין הוא ועירובו במקום אחד. He and his Eruv is not in one place. בשעת קניית העירוב, at the time that the Eruv catches. וכן, and also, אם אינו צריך ללכת חוץ לתחום, אלא ביום הראשון או ביום שני בלבד, if he only needs to go out on one of the days, not on both days, he just needs to go on one of the days, הרי מניח עירוב אחד, he places one עירוב ואומר, again it looks like he needs to say, עירובי הראשון, עירובי זה יקנה לי לצורך יום הראשון, this עירוב is going to catch for the necessity of the first day, והשני, and the second one, I want to be like the people of the city, so I can, in case I want to go a little bit out of the limits, I will be able to, because otherwise I will not be able to go out of the city limits because of this Eruv. He wants to, on the second day, to go out of the city limit. וביום השני הריני כבני עירי. And in the second day I'm going to be like the people of the city. שלא הניחו עירוב, that they did not place an Eruv. So he's allowed to, in other words, the question is,
But why can he go out of the city limit now?
on the second day,
Because it said,
on the second day,
yeah, on the second day. Why?
because he has the entire,
Oh, because he did the Eruv only for the first day. He said, my dwelling place is only for the first day. Second day, I'm not going to dwell there. I'm going to be like my city.
that's right.
That's what he said.
That's right. The first day, this is the Zev.
So now he's a regular city
Citizen.
guy that can go
2,000 אמה any direction.
around him.
That's it.
הבנתי.
עירוב, או שהוא אומר, or he can say the opposite. עירובי השני, עירובי זה יקני לי מחר, בין השמשו של צורך יום השני. This עירוב is for the second day. והראשון אני כבני עירי, and the first day I'm just like the people in the city. וביום הראשון הרי לי כבני עירי. Now, let's look, what is the מחלוקת? טעמו של רבי אליעזר מבואר להלן. The reasoning of רבי אליעזר we're going to explain later on. שלדעתו יום טוב ושבת שתי קדושות הן. He says, look, we're going to see Chachamim might not agree with him, but or somebody else might not agree with him. The argument is, am I going to look at it when holiness comes in? Am I going to look at it as one big holiness that came in, and therefore, once I had the Eruv there in the beginning, it catches on both days, or it catches on one day. It stops and then it has to go over again.
Because it's a kind of different kedusha.
Oh, it's a different kedusha. If you have two Shabbats, it looks like Rabbi Eliezer agree with you.
Yeah,
maybe it's
no
two Shabbat.
problem.
If it's two Yom Tov, maybe
Yeah,
we'll agree with you. It's one thing. But over here, I think maybe the problem with Rabbi Eliezer, Shabbos and Yom Tov, he says it's different. Two different things. The holiness of this is not the same as the holidays of that.
Yeah.
The holiness of that. Therefore, it's two different. You're allowed to make an Eruv here and an Eruv there.
You're allowed.
You're allowed to, according to Rabbi Eliezer. שלדעתו יום טוב ושבת שתי קדושות הן. It says it's two different entities. ובין השמשות של הראשון אין העירוב קונה שביתה אלא ליום הראשון בלבד. So the בין השמשות of the first day, it only buys for the next 24 hours. That's it. After 24 hours it goes blank. הילקח יכול אדם לערב ליום ראשון לרוח אחת וליום השני לרוח אחרת. Therefore he can play around. He can do 1,000 amah over here on one day and 1,000 amah on the next day over here. It's possible. וחכמים אומרים מערב לרוח אחת. חכמים disagree. He says, what is this thing? He says, we agree with you, it's not the same holiness, Shabbat and Yom Tov. But for Eruvin, it's the same idea. It's the same Eruv. What are you playing around?
You don't do in Yom Tov a different Eruv than Shabbat.
Exactly, it's the same Eruv. So therefore we're going to say, we don't agree with you. By the way, we're going to see that it's not exactly like this, but that's what it looks like in the beginning. וחכמים אומרים, מערב לרוח אחת. לשני הימים. It says you can go the same direction for both days, but there's no such thing as one direction one day, another direction another day. Or אינו מערב כל עיקר. Yeah? Or you don't make any Eruv. You want to walk 2,000 amah out of the city, you cannot make the Eruv now. If the guy wants to make a trick, I'm going to do 2,000 amah, and then during the next day I'll be able to walk from the city 2,000 amah the other direction, tell him you can't. Decide. Where are you? Are you in the city or are you in the Eruv? It's both, for both days you have to decide. You can't tell me for one day I'm here and for other day I'm here. There's no such thing. Doesn't work. Yeah? Logic is good. הוא מערב שני ימים לרוח אחת, או אינו מערב כל עיקר, or you don't make the Eruv at all, and then you be like the city people. But you can't one day be this, dwell over here, and the next day you're dwelling over there. It doesn't work this way. בגמרא שואלים, in the Gemara they ask, הרי הפסקה האחרונה שבדברי חכמים אינה אלא חזרה על הפסקה שלפניה. It says the חכמים saying the same thing. Yeah, either yes or not. You don't have to say it 100 times. ומהבארים שכך אמרו חכמים לרבי אליעזר. So we're going to say it's not so easy as we think. So this is what the חכמים say to רבי אליעזר. כשם שביום אחד אדם מערב לרוח אחת או אינה מערב כל עיקר. It says the 2 days we're going to consider them like one day. Just like in the same day you cannot split. On the same day I'm dwelling over here and I'm dwelling over here. For 2 days you don't split. I'm dwelling over here and I'm dwelling over here. שאינו יוכל לומר חצי יום עירובי לי מזרח וחצי יום עירובי לי ממערב. It says for 12 hours I'm going to be in the east, for 12 hours I'm going to be in the west. כך אין אדם יכול לערב לשני ימים, יום אחד למזרח ויום אחד למערב. We're going to consider Shabbos and Yom Tov as one day. אלא או מערב לשני ימים לרוח אחת, or you're going to do the Eruv for both days on the west, או אינו מערב כל עיקר. Or don't make an Eruv at all and then you can walk 2,000 amah, but only 2,000 amah, not 4,000 amah like you want to. וטעמם של חכמים, and the reasoning of חכמים, so we thought up to now that חכמים disagree with Rabbi Eliezer. That's what we thought. It looks like they disagree. He says, no, we don't know if they disagree with Rabbi Eliezer. They might agree, they just don't know. They come to Rabbi Eliezer and says, Rabbi Eliezer knows for sure it's not the same day. He tells them, חכמים, 100% I know that I can split the days. This day I can go east and this day I can go west. I know that 100%. Chachamim says, we're not so sure. It's not like we say you're wrong, Rabbi Eliezer, but we have doubts if you can do it. It's not like we know, we're going to tell you, Rabbi Eliezer, for sure you're wrong. We don't know. Since we don't know, we're going to act like it cannot be done. But not, it's a suffix. We have a doubt.
We don't agree with you.
We might agree with you.
We don't know.
That's right. We can see what you're saying, but we can see what the other guys are saying also. But yeah, we can see the other side, and we don't know if you're right or the other side is right. Therefore, we're going to be stringent. But it's not. Don't be sure that we don't agree with you. We might agree with you, but it's a suffix. We have a doubt. וטעמם של חכמים, and the reasoning of חכמים, לפי שספק להם, ספק הוא להם. It says, we're not sure that you're right. It's a doubt. אם שני הימים, יום טוב ושבת הסמוכים, קדושה אחת הם, if these 2 days are one holiness. Even they will agree, the Chachamim, it looks like, will agree with Rabbi Eliezer, in which case, when Shabbos is a Shabbos, and then you have Sunday, and then you have Yom Tov. In other words, you have a day in between. So they might tell you, if you make one to the east and one to the west, we might agree with you. We are for sure agree with you, because they're separated by a day, so therefore it's not one continuous. But over here we have, it's almost like a continuation of the same thing. That's why we disagree with you. Okay. ודומים הם ליום אחד ארוך. And they are similar to one long day. By the way, soon we're going to get, this is how Rosh Hashanah is different than all other holidays. Because Rosh Hashanah, everybody says it's one long day. Yeah? Okay. And this is exactly what we're going to see. Rosh Hashanah, we're going to learn that it's considered that 48 hours is considered one day. In other words, in Rosh Hashanah, even Rabbi Eliezer is going to agree, you cannot do this trick.
Because it's one day.
It's one day. He's going to say, it's either here or there. But Shabbos and Rosh Hashanah, of course you can. Or Shabbos and Pesach, of course you can. That's what he's going to say. Okay. או שהם שתי קדושות, or there are two holidays. הילקח מחמירים הם כאן. So therefore we are going to be stringent. We're not saying you're wrong, but we're just going to be stringent. שאינו יכול לערב אלא בעירוב אחד לשני הימים, that he will not let you make an Eruv, one Eruv for 2 days. שמא שניהם קדושה אחת הם, because we're not sure if it's 1 day or 2 days. ברם, אף לדברי חכמים, צריך שיהיה העירוב בקומו גם בין השמשות של יום השני, שמא שתי קדושות הם, כמובן להלן. But obviously the Chachamim says that you need to make sure that the Eruv was there not on the first day. In other words, you could think, according to Chachamim, let's say Shabbos and Yom Tov, right? Shabbos and Yom Tov. So you would think that the Chachamim are looking at it as 1 day. So if the Chachamim are looking at it as 1 day, once I have on Thursday night my food on the east, right? Maybe I don't need again the food over there Saturday night.
Can go.
You don't need it. Okay. Chachamim says no, you still need it.
Because it's 2 days.
Because it's we don't know. Maybe it is. That's why you need to make sure it's still there on the second day. Even though we're saying it's 1 day. So Chachamim are jumping on both. You see. We say we don't know, so we're going to be stringent in all possibilities. Yeah. Ve'im ken, and if this is so, כיצד יעשה? So according to Chachamim now comes a problem. How are you going to make this Eruv? So Chachamim came with a solution. It says, how יעשה? המערב לשני ימים לא רחץ. So according to Chachamim, if you want to go both directions at the same time, שיהיה עירוב קיים גם בשעת בין השמשות של יום השני. So that the Eruv is going to exist on the second day. So this is what Chachamim says. מוליכו בראשון. It says you have to take it on the first day. And you have to be there. You can't be in the city. You have to... מוליכו בראשון. אם חל יום טוב להיות בערב שבת, הרי הוא מוליכו את עירובו בערב יום טוב בשביל יום הראשון שהוא יום טוב. הוא מחשיך עליו. And you have to wait until Shabbat comes in, there. ויושב שם במקום שהוא רוצה לקנות שביתה, עד שתחשך. He sits there until Shabbos comes in, until Yom Tov comes in, whatever it is. וקונה לו העירוב שביתה ליום טוב. And now it becomes שביתה. ונוטלו את המזון העירוב, and then he takes the food, הוא בא לו וחוזר עמו לביתו. He takes that food, and he walks with it back to the house. It's Yom Tov, so he can carry. Okay. Yeah? If it's Shabbos, he won't be able to do it. He won't be able to do it. But it's Yom Tov, so he can carry. Yeah? וחוזר עמו לביתו. שלא יעבד שם. But why? Because if he's going to leave it in the middle, some animals are going to come and eat it. He has no guarantee that it's still there. הוא בא לו וחוזר עמו לביתו, שלא יעבד שם. ולמחר בשני, בערב יום השני, היינו ביום טוב שהוא ערב שבת, הוא חוזר ומוליך מבעוד יום את העירוב למקום שביתתו. And then he takes it to the next place. מחשיך עליו, and then he waits until it's finished. הוא ממתין שם עד שתחשך כדי שיקנה לו עירובו בין השמשות. So that the Eruv is going to catch for him between the times. I'm still confused. What do you mean? One of them has to be Shabbos?
The second day is Shabbat.
So how can he walk with his food?
He probably is not, but not on Shabbos.
But it says,
He'll eat it. It says, ואוכלו.
חוזר ומוליך מבעוד יום את העירוב למקום שביתתו. Okay, I'm not quite sure. where it says בשני. בערב יום השני, היינו ביום טוב שהוא ערב שבת. No. It's talking about the other possibility, where it's either Friday or Sunday. Because otherwise you cannot walk it on Shabbos. Yeah. ואוכלו שם שאינו יכול להביאו בליל שבת מרשות הרבים לערב טוב. And he sits over there and he eats it there because he cannot walk on Shabbos himself. ונמצא מסתכר בהליכתו. And he gained something in this walking. שעירובו קנה לו שביתה גם למחר. This way the Eruv bought him shvita for the next days, because otherwise he needs the Eruv in the right place. And if he's not going to be there, he doesn't know if it still exists. Or he can put it in a box and lock it, and then he's safe. But he didn't put it in a box. That's in the case you don't. Yeah. ויכול ילך בשבת למקום שהוא רוצה. And then he can walk on Shabbat to a place that he wants. הוא מסתכר בעירובו, שאוכלו שם, that he eats it over there, ואינו מפסיד את מזון עירובו, and he doesn't lose the food of the Eruv. ברם, אם חל יום טוב להיות אחר השבת, but if יום טוב is on a Sunday, הואיל ואינו יכול להביאו בליל שבת לביתו, now he's stuck, the other way around, he cannot bring it back home. מוליכו בערב שבת ומניחו שם, so he puts it there ערב שבת and he places over them, וחוזר הולך לשם לשבת לפני השמשות לבדוק אם עדיין עירובו קיים. He has to go and check that it's still there. והוא מחשיך עליו and waits over there, ואוכלו אחר כך, and then he eats it that night over there. אם הוא רוצה, או מביאו לביתו, and then it's already a Yom Tov, so he can carry it back to the house. He walked during Shabbat there, he eats it, and then he can walk it back. נאכל בראשון, if you ate your Eruv on the first day. אם העירוב נאכל לאחר בין השמשות של מראשון. עירובו לראשון, then you have enough Eruv for the first day. קונה לו עירוב לראשון, ואינו עירוב לשני. Now you don't have food for the second day over there. That's it, you're done. So don't eat it. Or leave enough for both meals. ואינו קונה לו ליום שני, מהטעם שבאנו לעיל, from the reason we mentioned above, שמשום ספק מחמירים חכמים בזה. They're saying, we don't know if it's 1 day or 2 days, so you're going to, we need it twice over there. שמא שני הימים שתי קדושות הם. אמר להם רבי אליעזר tells חכמים, מודים אתם לי שהם שתי קדושות. It looks to me that you actually agree with me that it's שתי קדושות, that is just stringent. It's not like you don't agree. You agree. I think you actually, guys, is telling them, I think maybe you agree, but you're just being stringent. But let's see if that's what it is. הרי בדבריכם שאתם אומרים, in your words that you say, שאם נאכל העירוב בראשון אינו עירוב לשני, you admit that if you ate the עירוב on the first day, it's not enough עירוב for the second day. What do you do? אתם מודים לי שיום טוב ושבת הסמוכים שתי קדושות הם. You admit that there are two different things. שאילו הייתה קדושה אחת, העירוב ובין השמשות הראשון, קונה לשניהם כאחד. Because if it was one long day, the עירוב should be enough for both days. But not necessarily they agree. Because the states have, we don't agree, we just have doubts. Yeah? וכיוון ששתי קדושות הם, and since there are two days, two different holiness, Shabbat and Yom Tov are not the same holidays, הרי אפשר גם לערב בהם לשתי רוחות. Therefore you should be able to make an Eruv for two different directions. ברם, בת, חכמים הולכים כאן לחומרה וכאן לחומרה. Yeah? וכאן לקולה, he wants to say. No. They're going חומרה both ways. It says, we don't agree with you. Don't learn from me that we agree with you. משום שספק הוא להם, because we have a doubt. אם הם קדושה אחת או שתי קדושות, כמו שהרבנו, והלכה כרבי אליעזר. Interesting. The halacha is like Rabbi Eliezer, not like Chachamim. Interesting. In other words, you can do Eruv for both directions, and Shabbos and Yom Tov are not the same. They're two holiness. And it makes sense, because the holiness, he says, look, the rules of Shabbos are different than the rules of Yom Tov. On Shabbos you can carry. On Yom Tov you can carry. On Shabbat you cannot carry. Don't. The Eruv for Shabbat is different than the Eruv for Yom Tov. It's a different Eruv. Yeah? That's what he said. It makes sense. בעניין ששנינו, in the fact that we said, מוליכו בראשון, he walks it on the first day, מפרש Rashi explains, מוליכו השליח. It says, the messenger takes it. What's the difference if the messenger or you? וכן מפרש Rabbi Bartenura. And also the Rabbi Bartenura says, it's going to be a problem with it. Because if you take it on the first day, and you wait on that place, it might make you automatically not a resident of the city. So what you're saying is, of the city, you send a shaliach, so you're still a resident of the city, because you have to have some kind, I think that's what he's going to say. Let's see. וטעמם, and their reasoning, שאילו המערב בעצמו אינו זקוק לפת, אלא מערב וברגליו. It says, because the מערב doesn't even need bread. He can do it with his feet. It says, what's the idea of bread? You don't even need bread. All you need to do is be 2,000 amma out of the city limit. Yeah?
And stay there.
And you don't have to eat. You don't have to have a meal. And you stay there. So it says, you don't even have to go there. You can send a shliach there, and it still works. Yeah? Because otherwise you don't even need to eat. That's what they're saying. כלומר, כשהוא הולך למקום שרוצה לקנות בו שביתה, הוא מכשיר שם אין השמשות, you can just walk there. There's no need for meal. הרי הוא מערב בזה עירוב תחומים. This is the עירוב תחומים, the walking itself. Now he's allowed to walk 2,000 amma to any direction. When Shabbos comes in, you're allowed to walk 2,000 amma from where you are. You don't need to have a meal there. וכן שנו שעיקר עירוב תחמים הוא ברגל. And this is what they say, that עירוב תחומים is more done with your feet than it is done with the food. The food is just a symbol. Okay. The feet, for sure it is. ומה ששנינו חוזר ומוליך את העירוב בשני, and the fact that we said that he returns the food on the second, מבואר בגמרא, it explains the Gemara, לפי שהמערב בפת בראשון, because if you make an Eruv with bread on the first day, היינו ביום טוב, which means it was a יום טוב, ורוצה לערב בפת גם בשני, and he wants to do with bread also in the second, צריך שיערב באותה הפת שקרא על השם עירוב מאתמול. He's not allowed to make the Eruv on Shabbos or on Yom Tov itself. It has to be the same food that he made the Eruv Erev Yom Tov. It looks like the preparation of the Eruv cannot be done on Yom Tov itself. It has to be before. So he has to take the same bread that he make Eruv with and put it somewhere else.
But why the same? Why can't he take some? He prepared 2 Eruv before Shabbos.
Where was that Eruv? The second one. It was in the city. You cannot. That's it. The place.
No, he prepared the food, so he take it.
But it didn't become Eruv. It's just food.
Okay, but he have food from before Shabbos.
He had food.
He doesn't have to go and take this food to the other one.
No. But that food wasn't Eruv. It's only Eruv when you place it there for the sake of Eruv.
Right.
And this one you didn't place anywhere.
No, but and he can place it.
That's right. So he has to take the Eruv and remove it. אבל בפת אחרת אסור לערב. In another bread is not allowed to make an Eruv. שהרי יצטרך לקרוא עליה שם עירוב, because he needs to say, this is Eruv. You make a bracha. ונמצא מכין, and why you're not allowed to? Because you're not allowed to prepare from Yom Tov to Shabbos. נמצא מכין מיום טוב לשבת שהוא אסור. ויש מפרשים, there are those who explains, שהמערב עצמו חוזר ומוליכו בערב יום השני, that the guy takes the bread itself on the second night, ועל כך הוסיפו חכמים, נמצא מסתכר בהליכתו, מסתכל בעירובו. So he has to walk both ways with the עירוב.